Greetings, I'm Tim of Govberg, and welcome to the world of Hublot. Today, I'll be your guide to the proper usage, care, and maintenance of your Hublot King Power Unico Gold and Blue. It's important to note that this is an automatic winding timepiece, but it can, nevertheless, be manually wound should it run down by taking the crown in the first position flush to the case and turning it 20 to 30 turns in the clockwise direction. Now, at some point you'll see the advance of the constant seconds hand at 9 o'clock. That means the balance is beating. The watch can be put on the wrist if it's properly set, and at that point the natural course of kinetic energy on the wrist will wind the watch and keep it operating in routine use. However, should you wish to wind the watch to its maximum rated 72 hours of power reserve, simply continue turning the crown, as you cannot accidentally overwind this automatic winding timepiece. It features a bridle style mainspring that will slip by design and relieve any excess strain. So continue turning the crown until you hear a subtle pop or click within the watch. That's the mainspring telling you the watch is fully energized as it slips to relieve excess strain. Now, it's important to note that there are two additional setting functions that allow more precise setting of the time. The first is the outermost crown position. This is where you set the watch, but you'll also note the seconds hand at 9 o'clock has halted. In this outermost position, the balance is stationary and the watch is known as hacked. This is hacking or stop seconds, and it can be used to precisely set the watch against a known accurate reference like an atomic clock online. The best way to do that is to stop the seconds hand at the index at 60 and then advance the minutes hand to the next nearest minute. Wait for your reference time to catch up so that minutes and seconds are aligned precisely, and at that moment push the crown back in, resume the beat of the balance, the advance of the seconds. Now you've synchronized your watch. Now there is an intermediate setting position. Now this is between outermost stop seconds and innermost winding. In this position, you can turn the crown in a counterclockwise direction and rapidly cycle the date wheel, which you can see in its aperture at 4:30. This is good if the watch has the wrong date, if you encounter an irregular length month, or if the watch runs down. There is one handling caveat, and that's that the quick set function should never be used between 8 p.m. and 3 a.m., as this is the period during which the watch's own automatic jumper is engaged in date turnover. Attempting to use the quickset during automatic turnover can damage the movement, so be cognizant of the time when you're using the quickset. Now, setting aside, there are three principal areas of concern or hazard to keep in mind as the owner of a fine Swiss watch: water, magnetism, and shock. Now, water is the greatest concern because it can do the most damage quickly. Water resistance of this watch, as rated by Hublot, is 100 meters, which the manufacturer advises is sufficient for most aquatic activities short of professional diving. However, you can help avoid accidental drowning. Let's start with the basics. First of all, leather, as featured on the strap, is never water resistant. It's a porous natural material, and it will degrade rapidly in the presence of moisture, so the strap should be swapped out to a textile or a full rubber strap before submergence or exposure to moisture. With respect to accidental drowning of the movement, keep all functions of the crown as well as the chronograph pushers disused. It's okay to have the chronograph running while the watch is underwater, but you should not start, stop, or reset it, nor should you use the crown functions while there's water on the case or it's submerged, as this can bypass the seals and introduce water to the watch's interior. Moreover, water resistance of a timepiece is not a static feature like physical dimensions and mechanical specifications. As seals age and lubricants dry up, water resistance ebbs, so Hublot recommends having the watch's water resistance tested at least once every 2 years at an authorized Hublot service center. This is also a good time to have a mechanical check done, as well as a cosmetic review of your watch. Now, finally, it's important to keep magnetism and shock in mind, as these are also major concerns to the owner of a fine Swiss timepiece. Magnetism is surprisingly common in daily life. It's actually ubiquitous. Refrigerator doors, the closure of wallets and purses, high-powered wiring looms in the home and office, speakers, subwoofers, and MRI equipment, all of them can magnetize the hairspring at the center of the balance of your watch. This effectively alters its heartbeat. If you suspect due to erratic running, fast or slow, that your watch may have become magnetized, take it to an Hublot authorized service center where specialized equipment is available to quickly and easily demagnetize. Also, it's important to note that with respect to shock, there are certain concussive activities that should be avoided while wearing the watch. Avoid mountain biking, dirt biking, firearms marksmanship, golf, tennis, and baseball, as all of these produce high-impact shock concussions that can damage a fine Swiss movement. Now, with respect to the chronograph functions of this watch, it has two proper modes of operation, either one of which is safe. Like a conventional chronograph, it can be started and stopped with the pusher at 2 o'clock and then reset with the pusher at 4. Unlike a conventional chronograph, the Hublot Unico caliber features a flyback function such that you can push the reset while the watch is in action, and you can reset the chronograph and restart it in a single press of the button. This is significant since a conventional chronograph must be stopped before it's reset on pain of damaging the movement. With the Hublot Unico, you can quickly time two rapid-fire successive events such as runners past a finish line or race cars around a track. Now, it's also important to note that every 3 to 5 years, your watch should be serviced at an Hublot authorized service center. This is the exclusive outlet for service of any Hublot character, as these agencies exclusively have the trained personnel, original factory replacement parts, and specialized equipment to service your watch to retain its integrity as both an investment and as an instrument. Finally, these agencies alone are able to back all work and parts invested with an Hublot original factory service warranty. Visit our website at govbergwatches.com and text, email, or call our experts who are able to walk you through the care and operation of this or any Hublot timepiece.